Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Cover to Cover. You're here with Mo.
And Morgan.
And today we want to talk to you about the Lit Crawl Festival in New Zealand, author Ian McEwan, The World of Willy Wonka, author Jean Twenge, plus we have a really fun top 10 list for you today, so stay tuned for that. But first, today is International Hobbit Day. So today marks the birthday of Bilbo and Frodo Baggins, and the world is celebrating.
That's right. Fans everywhere will be paying homage to these lovable hobbits. Some ways that you could celebrate are by eating second breakfast. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Dusting off your copies of The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings and giving them a read, or rewatching the award-winning movie trilogy, or by buying the new Tolkien book, Beren and Luthien, for your collection. So, will you be celebrating today?
Absolutely. As for me, I have already eaten second breakfast, so I'm already thinking about what's for 11sies, which I'm obviously going to be late on. And there's a lot of really fun stuff on the internet people are tweeting about. There's this bread that the hobbits always eat called lembas bread. So there's some recipes trending right now for that.
You're going to make it this weekend?
I don't know. I might have to. But I'm thinking about, at the very least, maybe dusting off one of the movies and popping it in if I don't have any other way to celebrate tonight. So
that sounds like a lot of fun. I think eating all day sounds like a plan.
Yeah, then probably all you can do after that is like watch a movie because you'd be so full.
There we go. All right, we're going to be, we'll see you later. We're going to start eating and watching movies today. No, just kidding.
But we will. Well, another great way that you could celebrate would be to visit New Zealand. You know, just hop on the plane. Because New Zealand is home of Middle-earth as we know it.
The 4th annual Lit Crawl Festival will be taking place again this year in Wellington, New Zealand. And the festival has doubled in size from last year.
Wow.
It's huge.
So big.
So it's doubled due to its demand, and lots of people want to go there. So it spans a whole weekend from November 10th through the 12th. The festival is a great way to connect readers and writers around the island and to spread inspiration.
Right, and not to mention the profits from the festival go to support the Wellington Homeless Women's Trust. So that's a really excellent way to spend money, right? So it's a thing you can do that's fun, but also you feel good about it.
Yeah.
And we love festivals, right? What a great way to bridge authors and readers and have so much fun together. Plus, if you're like me, it's a good reason to just like hop away to New Zealand.
Sounds like a plan. Mm-hmm. We're there. Let's go.
Let's do it. And another great way that readers connect, of course, is through author news. And author Ian McEwan has some for us. The author of Atonement recently opened up about a lost manuscript on a podcast that he appeared on. Though, like all good stories, there is a twist at the end.
McEwan recently described his most perfect work. It was a novella that had all the right balance and was his perfect idea of literature. An all-around incredible novella, he said. One problem, he misplaced it. He spent a lot of time ransacking his cupboards, old filing cabinets, and even searching in his attic for the work.
Yeah, he never found the book. And he thinks that he knows why, because it never existed. He explains in the interview with Audible Sessions that the dog-eared manuscript was just a false memory nourished by desire. So that's a whole new kind of fake news, right? Well, what do you guys think about that? I feel like I read this article all the way to the end to find out that, in fact, it never existed. And at first I was mad. And then I was like, you know what, that makes sense, because I, too, have experienced false memories, right? Something you create that you either believe really strongly happened or you really wanted it to be true. And then you remember later, like, no, I totally made that up, right? I feel like that probably happens to authors a lot, especially with, like, works or ideas that they have.
I guess so, especially if you're one of those creatives that wake up in the middle of the night with an idea and you write it down, or maybe you just had a dream that you did all that, and you actually didn't.
Or like when you have a dream that you got up and got ready for work, but then when you actually wake up and you're not ready for work, you're like, that never happened.
Yeah.
All the time that happens to me.
But I don't know if I would tell people that I actually went through all of this.
It is an interesting choice for him to reveal that. Maybe he's just wanting to let people know, like, I'm just a regular person like you guys.
Maybe. I don't know. But,
Maybe.
Well, let us know in the comments what you think about this author's false memory. Do you have a problem with false memory? And if you have read Atonement or any of his other works, let us know what you recommend. But as you're doing that, right now, we're going to take a quick break. But when we get back, we have more news plus a top 10 list for you, so stay tuned.
Well, the chocolatey dream world of Roald Dahl's Willy Wonka is getting revamped. My Golden Ticket is a new, custom, personalized adventure book that takes readers along through Willy Wonka's chocolatey factory as the 6th Golden Ticket winner.
The book also allows you to explore more of the world than what is seen in the original text and includes some new rooms and surprises. The reader's name becomes an integral part of the book, cementing the interactive experience.
So this was kind of new information for me, but other people are aware. But there's a whole kind of literature where you can just pay someone to put like your loved one's name inside of the book and give it to them as a gift so that they feel like they're part of it.
Yes, you could do this with stuffed animals, with bobbleheads, and so now with this book.
Yeah, and this book is actually a really cool version of that because it not only puts your name in the book, but it makes you this whole integrated character who gets to like go into these new rooms that no one has ever explored before that were only briefly mentioned in the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And you get to hang out with all those snotty-nosed kids who are exploring that chocolate factory.
So I looked this up before we started this morning. It's about $24.99.
Oh, that's actually not bad.
It's not bad. I thought it would be much more expensive. So this is definitely on my list to get for one of my nephews.
I know, what a great gift. I'm already thinking about like who could I get it for, and selfishly also for myself because it's awesome.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, there is, this is quite a magical book, is what I'm trying to say. And with so much magic out there, it can be hard to make new reading choices. But you know what? We got you covered. So today we are bringing you a very magical top 10 list, so enjoy.
These are our top 10 magical books to read that are not Harry Potter.
Number 10, The High Mountains of Portugal by Jan Martel. Carrying Martel's signature whimsy, this story follows Tomas in his quest for a powerful artifact where he meets many strange characters along the way.
Number 9, Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. This mysterious bookshop fuses the magic of books with actual magic. This tale is an ode to books and ignites the magic within us all.
Number 8, The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. A magical Romeo and Juliet story, if you will. Following a circus that pops up overnight and the magical tidings that pull it together, there is an exciting underworld to explore, so get to it.
Number 7, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. Perhaps the best alternative read for Harry Potter fans, this tale of an orphan who grows up to be the world's best magician is intriguing and exciting.
Number 6, The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel by Michael Scott. This series follows twins Josh and Sophie Newman as they navigate the underworld of magic. For the lover of magic, myth, and history, this book has it all.
Number 5, The Queen of the Tierling by Erica Johansson. A princess who grew up in hiding must come out of the shadows and claim her throne. A classic tale of good versus evil, this story brings magic to new levels.
Number 4, Stardust by Neil Gaiman. A tale of falling stars, magic, love, secret parentage, royal secession, and evil witches. This story has it all for the fantasy lover.
Number 3, Carry On by Rainbow Rowell. Simon Snow is the worst chosen one of all time. Everyone says so. Find out why in this love story, ghost story, mystery, magical epic combo.
Number 2, A Wizard of Earthsea by Ursula K. Le Guin. This coming-of-age tale follows Jed as he masters the mighty words of power, tames an ancient dragon, and crosses death's threshold. There are 7 books to tickle your magical fancy.
And our number one pick is The Magicians by Lev Grossman. This story follows the gritty realism of magic and confronts the real-life effects of depression, disappointment, misinformation, love, fear, and the human psyche. It's been called an adult Harry Potter, but it's so much more than that.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's Top 10 list. Check out our Top 10s bi-weekly on Cover to Cover.
We hope you enjoyed our top 10 list, and let us know in the comments if you have any good book recs that we missed.
Right. And speaking of good book recs, we love them just as much as the next one. And there's an interesting book trending right now depicting a new generation of young people.
Yes, that's right. Author Jean Twenge has written a new book detailing what she considers Generation iGen. Her book is called iGen, Why Today's Super Connected Kids Are Growing Up Less Rebellious, More Tolerant, Less Happy, and Completely Unprepared for Adulthood, and what this means for the rest of us. That is a very long title, by the way. It pegs those who were born after 1995.
Right, and Twenge feels that today's youth has never been without the internet or a sea of gadgets, and that it has affected their life outlook and their general life skills. Twenge also wrote a similar book about millennials called Generation Me that got a lot of international attraction, which I'm sure is why she wrote this one. But what do you think about this depiction? I mean, I don't want to be rude or harsh, but it is pretty accurate, right? Like, people from 1995 and on, they don't remember what things were like without the internet. So they're living a very different experience than people older than them, don't you think?
They are, but also their parents are treating them really differently, and it's shaping them how they're turning out.
For sure.
So, for example, this is a great example. I have a friend who is a school teacher, and they have an application where she texts her kids in her class, but they don't know her phone number, so it's one of those services. And the kids showed up for, she teaches French, and they showed up, and some kids didn't have their assignments or weren't prepared or something, and they said, you didn't text us. And she was like, your boss isn't going to text you someday to remind you to do your work. I think, these systems that we're putting in place is shaping kids to be this way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really interesting, and you can't really see any children out in public without some kind of technology leading them, whether it's like a 8-year-old with a cell phone, which still blows my mind, or it's like a kid at a dinner table with an iPad so that he can be distracted. It's just not the way that we were raised, and so it's really interesting to see that effect. And I know millennials get a bad rap for being underprepared as adults, so of course they're going to get a bad rap for the kids even younger than them, right? So that's just what people are saying. I'm not saying that it's totally true, but I guess we're going to see the repercussions of that as we live through this technology age.
Yeah, so let us know in the comments. Have you read this book or the one on the MeGen and what you think about it? And true, not true, helpful, not helpful. Let us know, because it's very interesting. I love reading about generations, and it helps me relate to younger folks and whatever. So and also let us know your favorite magical books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let us know and see if we missed any in our top 10. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. I'm Mo.
And I'm Morgan.
And we will, of course, be back on Monday, September 25th at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central Time. So until then, keep reading, writing, and being awesome. I know we will. Bye.
Bye.